Good evening and welcome to this edition of HPU News on Tuesday, February 26, 2019. I'm Courtney Wallen.
And I'm Jennifer Brammer. Tonight on HPU News, is there a familiar face running for presidency yet again?
What happened with a home invasion that took place back in November?
And one man is lucky to be alive after facing an obstacle straight out of a movie. But first, we head over to meteorologist Dylan Lynn to tell us all about what is going on with this crazy nice weather. Dylan?
Good evening, High Point. I'm meteorologist Dylan Lynn here to give you all things weather. Looks like we'll be able to enjoy some sun here in the Triad area for most of the next couple of days. Today, High Point reached a total of 61 degrees. Tonight we'll be dropping down to 42 degrees. Tomorrow we'll see those highs of about 52 with a low of 42. Thursday, a high of 60, low of 50. Friday with a high of 60, a low of 54. And into the weekend, we could see Saturday at a high of 65 with a low of 36 and a 50% chance of rain. Sunday, we'll have a high of 48 with a low of 26. So unfortunately, that warm weather will be starting to cease as we get into next week, with Monday being only a high of 45. And like I said, it looks like Mother Nature's tricking us with spring towards this weekend. Now we're going to take a look at our regional temperatures. And as we get into regional temperatures, we will see overall, right now we are staying pretty moderate overall, with the Triad being at 45, and then up in Chicago being 13, Washington being 39, and then over in Hatteras, North Carolina being 57. Over in Nashville, we got 39, Atlanta 51, and then over down in Waycross, Georgia, we got 58. Now we're going to move on to over our national temperatures, where, like as I said before, is going to be pretty moderate overall across the United States, with Syracuse, New York being 14, Des Moines being 7, International Falls negative 23 degrees, Bismarck negative 3, and then over down in Los Angeles we got 51, and San Diego being 50, and then down there near our southern border at San Antonio we got 56 degrees as well. Well, that is all the weather I have for you guys tonight. Stay tuned until next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
It was really nice today.
Yeah, it was, especially after all this rain we got.
Yeah, it was definitely the change that we needed. Are your allergies acting up? Well, according to the Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center in Raleigh, North Carolina's unseasonable weather could be to blame. Doctors say the back and forth weather are prompting an early allergy season. The most common symptoms are sneezing, itchy eyes, nose, and sometimes itchy skin. Doctors say it's important to get checked out as soon as you're feeling symptoms to get on the proper treatment plan. Early prevention is best.
Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent of Vermont, announced on Tuesday that he will be launching a bid for the 2020 election. He has hopes of rekindling the abundant support he received from his 2016 campaign. Sanders stated his top priority is to defeat President Trump. He continued by describing Trump as racist, homophobic, and xenophobic, shedding light on his own political views. Sanders stated he will once again campaign on progressive policies such as raising the minimum wage, universal health care, and tuition-free higher education. In 2016 election, Sanders tallied more than 13 million primary votes and carried 23 states during the Democratic primaries. Time will tell if Sanders can rally his passionate supporters again for the 2020 election and potentially be elected President of the United States.
Last week, new evidence surfaced which allegedly shows the 52-year-old singer sexually assaulting minors. A grand jury indicted R. Kelly on 10 counts of sexual abuse. The R&B singer turned himself in on Friday. The judge set a $1 million bond. Female fans reportedly tried to help Kelly out by posting his bail. R. Kelly posted a $100,000 bail on Monday afternoon, and he was released from Cook County Jail shortly after. Stormy Daniels' former lawyer, Michael Avatani, is representing one of the victims who appears in the video. R. Kelly is due back in court on March 22nd.
And now it's time we head over to Emma Parson to tell us all about what's happening on our busy campus. Emma.
Hi, good evening, High Point. As usual, we have great events coming your way this week on our campus. On Thursday, the Student Alumni Council and Senior Giving Campaign are hosting its Let's Talk About Philanthropy at HPU Held in Farmers, where there'll be an option to create your own taco at the bar, and you can learn how to give back to HPU from 11 to 2 p.m. So head on over and get creative. On Friday, from 5 to 6, the showing of Campus M. Wynick lecture and cultural series will be held in the Combined Communications Screening Room. Juan Tavares, Assistant Professor of Film Studies at the Technical Institute of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, will lecture about the history and main themes of Dominican films, showing off clips from the most important movies of each period. If you are a history lover, this is a great educational event, so head on over and show your support. On Saturday and Sunday, the Greensboro Opera is presenting Hansel and Gretel in Hayworth. The show times on Saturday are at 7:30 and 9, and then again on Sunday at 2, and then 4. So if you're interested in holding tickets, contact Campus Concierge today or log on to involved.highpoint.edu. That's all I have for you tonight, but tune in next week to find out about more events coming your way. I'm Emma Parson, reporting to you live, and I will see you next week.
Wow, it seems like campus has some fun and exciting things coming up.
Yeah, they really do.
It'll be a nice break from midterms.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. High Point police are investigating a drive-by shooting on Pine Court Street Monday night. The shooting was reported around 10 p.m. and no one was injured. Police have not yet released information about a suspect or motive. We'll give you more details as they come in.
Alamance County officials arrest 4 people in connection with a 2018 home invasion. All were arrested and charged with first-degree forcible sex offense, 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, first-degree burglary, and robbery with a deadly weapon. 1 suspect is still at large and faces the same crimes. The home invasion happened in November of last year on Thompson Mill Road in Graham. The suspects are being held under $500,000 secured bonds.
Now it's time for your High Point University sports. To fill in for the icon Kevin McMahon this evening, Dylan will be taking a switch from weather to sports.
What's going on with our Panthers, Dylan?
The High Point Panthers men's lacrosse team dropped a tightly contested matchup against the Johns on Saturday, 10-9, after beating number 9 UVA earlier in the week. Asher Nolting led the way in points with 4. Ben Baker and Chris Young led the team in goals of 2 each. Each splitting the week with a win and a loss, the High Point Panthers stayed in the poll at 11th in the nation. Up next, the Panthers host Robert Morris this Saturday at noon in Vert Stadium. The High Point women's lacrosse team dropped a road contest to the defending national champions in James Madison Dukes, 12-5 on the road. Ashley Britton was the team's leading scorer with 3. The Panthers have a busy weekend coming up. They play Old Diamond in Vert Stadium at 6 p.m., then Margwet on Sunday at noon. The High Point basketball teams picked a couple of huge wins as they get closer to the conference tournament. The Panthers were victorious when they faced Gardner-Webb. The game went into overtime, but the Panthers were able to get the job done, scoring 78-70. Britta Gibson had a team-high 24 in the victory. The Panthers are in action when against the host Longwood in the Millis Center at 7 p.m. HPU complete the official split with a win over Gardner-Webb Bulldogs 87-79. It is a big win for the High Point Panthers. Senior Ricky Madison scored 23, which was the team high. The Panthers win improves their record to 15-13 and a 8-6 in the conference. The Panthers are in action again when they host Carr Leak Jones and Radford Highlanders on Wednesday. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Dylan. We love having you around.
We'll be right back after these messages.
name is Yankee. My last name is Kendall. So joke's on you.
League. Buy all the diamonds from Africa. Yes, they support the illegal diamond trade. It's insane. You should follow them on Instagram.
How am I going to pay for this?
Welcome back to HPU News. I'm Courtney Wallen.
And I'm Jennifer Brammer. This near-death hiking experience may sound like a scene from a movie, but it was very real and very harrowing. A 34-year-old Arizona man was rescued after he stepped in quicksand at Zion National Park in Utah on Sunday. The unidentified man was hiking with a female companion when he stepped in a creek and his leg sank knee-deep into quicksand. His companion tried to rescue him. However, their efforts were futile. His companion left him with warm clothes and hiked for 3 hours before reaching an area with cell phone service. The authorities arrived at the scene. The trapped hiker and his companion showed signs of hypothermia. It took several hours to free the hiker of the quicksand. He was rescued by helicopter and then transported by ambulance to a nearby hospital.
Now it's time we head over to our entertainment specialist, AJ Lloyd, to tell us all about the Oscars and more. AJ?
Last night marked the 91st Oscar Academy Awards in Los Angeles, California. Now, everyone knows just how important it is for a movie or an actor to receive an Oscar award because it shows the dedication and long, hard work. The Oscar program itself has come a long way. In 1929, there was only 200 guests to a theater, and it was only $5 to attend. Today, there are about 3,300 guests in one theater. Millions of people watch the show live at home, and just one ticket costs hundreds of dollars to attend. Some great movies and actors received Oscars that night. Black Panther won 3 Oscars, Green Book won Best Picture, Rami Malek won Best Actor, and Olivia Colman won Best Actress. Congrats to all the winners. Some decided to celebrate the Oscars privately, such as Jay-Z and Beyonce. They invited some A-listers to their private party, such as Jennifer Lopez, Katy Perry, A-Rod, Gabrielle Union, Jamie Foxx, Drake, and Rihanna. An insider said that the music was mainly hip-hop songs and, of course, some hits by the hosts and guests themselves. The party started at midnight, but people didn't leave until 5 a.m. Talk about dancing until the sun comes up. That's all for this week. This is AJ, back to you guys.
Man, what do you think about those Oscars? Lady Gaga, she really racked up too.
She really did. She deserves it.
She does. Well, it looks like country singer Miranda Lambert got her name changed back. Again, this 35-year-old singer announced her marriage to 27-year-old NYPD officer Brendan McLaughlin in honor of Valentine's Day over Instagram. In the post, Lambert named McLaughlin as the love of her life and thanked her husband for loving her for who she is, topping it off with the sappy hashtag, #TheOne. Lambert divorced her husband, country singer Blake Shelton, in 2015. Since then, she had short-lived relationships with singers Anderson East and Evan Felker before finding the one, Brendan McLaughlin.
You see a lot in Vegas, but this is definitely a rare sight. This U.S. gambling hub experienced a winter blast with 4 inches of snow falling in the Las Vegas Strip and surrounding areas. The snowfall served as a different light show as tourists and residents expected, with the vibrant lights from the Strip reflecting on the snowflakes. Temperatures are expected to remain abnormally low, with potential for another snowfall in Las Vegas on Wednesday. Perhaps snow in the Sin City won't be such a rare sight anymore. Well, that's all we have for you tonight on HPU News. Catch us again next week, same time, same place. I'm Courtney Wallen.
And I'm Jennifer Brammer. Have a great night, High Point.